everyone, this is Corey. This is the Libra Linen Lady here at Superior Finds Reselling Adventures, and I'm so happy to be here today. It has been forever since I posted a video. I've had lots of changes in this past month, and I want to share them with you. As you all may know, I was only part-time starting in January, right? My sales were down in 2024. And I was frustrated and I wasn't sure of where to go and how to change things. So I started working for this large website, helping them with their AI. And my contract with them ended the last of May. So it's June the 2nd today of 2025. And I am once again reselling full time. And I am so excited to say this because really it was not worth my time to be a part-time reseller. I actually make more money reselling full-time even when my sales are down from the previous year. So it was kind of silly of me to do that, right? I made so much an hour for this website. But I needed time to regroup, right? Because when you are a reseller, things will work, you'll have a routine, and then all of a sudden, they won't work. Things are good until they're not good, right? So you have to reorganize, you have to rethink, and that is what I'm doing with my business right now. And I had a great start to that this weekend, which I'm going to share that with you in a moment. But being a full-time reseller is so rewarding in so many ways. Your time is your own. Yes, you have to work, right? I'm not saying I only work 5 hours a week because I do not. I work 7 days a week, sometimes longer hours than others. It just depends. And I love my job though, so I don't mind working 7 days a week. I say 7 days a week, that could mean sometimes I'm just cross-posting, or sometimes I'm just pulling sales, like on a Sunday, and getting them ready for shipment, or I am shipping, getting them ready, or I'm packaging up, right? So that's what 7 days a week means. It doesn't mean, I'm working from 8 o'clock to sundown every single day, because I am definitely not. So I have a set amount that I have to make every single day, and to pay my bills and my monthly expenses. And of course, I want to make more than that so I can build up my savings, right? That's what we all want to do. So I have decided to get as much inventory as I can, but be smarter about the inventory I pick out. In the past, I chose a lot of clothes to sell, and clothing is so saturated. However, it's one of the biggest markets, so there is that. There's pros and cons to it. Now I'm only really buying vintage clothing and pieces that are really unique. Brand names are no longer, the number one rule. If it's a good brand name, it's going to sell for big money. That is just simply not the case anymore with the majority of the brands, really. So I have focused on other things. So I was at this estate sale last Saturday, right? And I got my usual stuff. I got linens, just different things that I thought would sell. And then I went to the garage, and there was this table, and it was just filled with these tapestries, right? Well, I'm looking through them, and they're actually carpets and bags, right? Turns out they were Afghan nomadic rugs and bags. I guess they are called Baluchi, something of that nature. There is a book there. I picked up the book, and then that night I looked it up. So then with my estate sales in my area, Sunday is always a half off day, or if it's more than $100, then everything is negotiable, right? So it started at 10 a.m. I was there at 9:20. The guy looked at me. I was the first one there. The guy looked at me, and he's like, we don't open till 10 o'clock. And I said, yeah, I want all those rugs and bags in the garage. He said, all of them. I said, yeah, I want them all. I asked if they had been sold, any of them. He said, no, not at all. No one's touched them. This was, in fact, their second estate sale where no one had touched them. So there are 18 pieces in all, from carpets to bags to camel trappings, right? And I'm going to show you right now. This is what I bought. Now this is a rug, everybody. I'm going to hold this up to the camera. See this beautiful rug? It's handmade, hand knotted. Very old. Look at the designs, everyone. So these were made by the nomadic tribes in Afghanistan and some of the surrounding countries in the Middle East. Okay, let me show you a bag. So these are bags that the nomads would put, you know, they would put their belongings in and then put them on the camels. There were usually spaces for cords to go in the bag. This one does not have one. This bag is very old. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that gorgeous? And it has the fringe. So yeah, there is damage to it because of the age. And look, that's horsehair right there. See it? So yeah, and each one of these were marked. So this one is marked as $40. So all of them added up together. He said they were $2,590, and I bought the whole lot for $1,500. So that was more than $1,000 off. I think I got a deal. And each piece now is $83.33 in. So I'm $83.33 in for each piece that I got, equaling $1,500, right? And I'm very, very excited. Now, this bag, you know, it could sell for about 100, maybe 120, 130. It is antique. I mean, look at the detail. Look at it. It's just gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. And let me show you something else. Now this, I believe, would go either on a tent or a camel. These are just weavings. Look at this. See all the designs? Isn't that gorgeous? And then I have this bag here. Now this is a very big bag, everybody. Oh, here we go. So yes, now the carpets I'm selling between $450 and $625 so far anyway. I only have a few that are listed right now. The bags are selling between, I think I have one at $85, one of the smaller bags that were, I believe, 18 by 18 inches, to almost $200. Now, I do have this really cool one to show you too. Just give me a moment here. Along with these, now see, I learned by buying these, right, and by reading that book, I learned a lot about the Baluchi rugs from that recent region. I know that, see this color right here? Let's see, this is a dark blue. And it's right here, it's the dark blue right here. It was harder to dye the dark blue than it was the light blue. So this garment right here had a special status, okay, because of the darker color. Each tribe had their own patterns. So it depended on which tribe you were in, but there was different patterns that they memorized. Now, one I want to show you, this is just a cool one. I also have this one. Look at it. This has the American flag, and I think that is the Iran flag because, see, this is the country of Iran. Do you see all the planes? This too is a handmade, hand-knotted woven rug, and this is called a war rug. Though these war rugs were made in the late 70s to early 1980s. They were made in Afghanistan, even though this one has an Iranian theme. Okay, these have a special market all their own. Now this one is not in the greatest condition, and the red dye has bled a little bit. Do you see that? Do you see where it's bled? So this one I have listed for just a little over $100. I believe it's like 125, I think. But I have to think about it this way, right? I'm listing the carpets above $400. Pretty much averaging around the $500 range. 3 of these carpets could pay for my whole entire buy, and the rest is just pure profit. Now these rugs and these bags will not sell right away. These are not going to be very quick sellers because it's going to take someone who is interested in that kind of textile craft, right? However, these, it'll be a nice little surprise when someone buys a rug for 400 or 425, 450, 500, $600. The bag's $100. So yeah, that gives me more inventory that's worth more than $100. And that really, really helps with sales, obviously, right? I mean, I would rather send something out that was $125 than send 6 things out equaling $125. And so that is my philosophy now for my business. And I am also bidding on an online auction tonight. It actually has a lot of lamps, so that's going to be interesting. And so I'm going for the rarer items, the different items, the unique items, the items that stand out. And I will tell you, reselling is hard. I sell on eBay, Etsy, Mercari, and Poshmark. There's times when I'll get no sales. It'll be crickets. Then I have to say, okay, do I need to run sales? Do I need to take 50 listings off eBay and then immediately relist them just to get the algorithm going again? What can I look for that will bring me sales, right? In the winter, I live in a cold region, so in the winter there's really no estate sales, not a lot of online auctions. So I need to buy my inventory during the summer because there's all kinds of sales going on in the summer. So if I have an overage of inventory, that's okay. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there to everybody. And now that I am done with this side gig and I am now full-time again, I will be able to put out more videos like this. More what solds, more research videos. You guys tell me what you want. And remember to like and subscribe. And I will catch you on the next video. Thank you so much for watching.